I don't know. I think Metroid at this point has been... It's kind of in a rut. Like, their games are fun. It's entertaining. But, honestly, if you play 1 or 2 Metroids, you've played all of them.
And I do agree with you. They're having difficulty figuring out a new direction to take Metroid. They did do Metroid Prime, and that was great. But Metroid Prime 3 is... How old is it now? I think it's like 10 years old at this point. And ever since then, what do you do with a new Metroid? How do you progress beyond Metroid Prime? And the answer to that is currently this, and Metroid Prime 4, which is the 4th entry in the game that we're trying to improve upon, right? So...
Wait, go left, blow something up. There you go, yeah.
It turns into this weird catch-22, I suppose, where you want to take the game in a new direction, but you can't figure out a way to take the game You can't figure out a way to take the game in a new direction without it not becoming Metroid.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, because that's the thing. I mean, like with a character like Mario or something like that, where it was a platformer, but then they branched out and just used Mario as a placeholder mascot. It's one thing, but you know, and maybe this is just what Metroid is. It can't go past exploration. I mean, unless you made an exploration-driven game that maybe a bit like a combined Mass Effect with Metroid, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Like a third-person kind of shooter, not cover shooter necessarily, but a third-person Samus kind of gathers up the BioWare bro phenomenon and goes, you know, with the hunters or something like that to be like, there's a new threat to the galaxy. Samus must work together with Sylux and all those other chumps. And they have to, she has to organize them or something like that. Maybe not. Maybe because they'll be like, no, Samus would never do that. Samus works alone. Maybe they'll be like, oh, we tried doing that with Other M with Adam Malkovich and his band of idiots, and that didn't work either. Because I mean, Metroid Other M was third person, but and narrative oriented, which was a bold new direction, but once again, it just was shit.
Realistically speaking, was Other M... Was the mechanics of it flawed, or was it just literally the only thing that was holding it back was the story?
Well, the story definitely wasn't
doing
anything
not.
famous.
No, I mean, like that's the nature of my question, though, is that we agree that the story was so shitty that was primarily what held it back. But like, if you took out the story, was Other M conceptually feasible as a Metroid game?
I would say so, with the change of the controls necessary, though. I mean, let's think about it. Like, Sense Move was just plain old broken. The auto-aiming gave no challenge to the game whatsoever, and switching to first-person to fire missiles was a very bad idea. But, as far as third-person Metroid exploration went, that was maybe you could call it neat? Oh, you have to phase drift, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah, then you have to, there we go.
No.
You left it up! I used to have plenty of Aeon, though. There you go. But I guess as far as a game, like as a fun game to go, I mean, I didn't play it myself. It looked like it could work. But again, it was still trying to... I guess the exploration just wasn't as good as Metroid Prime was, because Prime at least was first person and kind of like a new perspective. Third person does nothing that this 2D side to side doesn't do, except put everything in a 3D perspective, I guess. Oh, missile? Super missile? Yeah. There you go. Solving puzzles. But I don't know if I could consider Metroid... I mean, I'm not a game designer, I can't say. But I would argue that a good Metroid game is supposed to be... You have to go bomb around, I guess.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah. What a puzzle.
Yeah, really.
But, you know, I mean, I asked the thread, if you guys could come up with a new Metroid idea, what would it be? I mean, we were discussing it now that the next big step was first person, right?
Right.
And that step was successful. the step that was Other M, third-person exploration, the story was holding it back tremendously. But was it? If you ignored the story, was it a good game? Area 6, a new area. And lastly, oh, there's no counter here.
Not yet.
Because you haven't found the altar, right?
Yeah. And the bone bridge is a new thing.
Yeah, really. That's kind of like already kind of ominous, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Chozo are up to some shit down here, I tell you that much. But like, let's look at other reimaginings. If you would reimagine Metroid, like, I'm looking at something like, okay, you've never played the original XCOMs, and neither have I, but I've played XCOM Enemy Unknown and Within and XCOM 2, and those games were basically reimaginings of the party management, tactical, turn-based strategy game, right?
Right.
And
it's American Fire Emblem.
Huh? It's American Fire Emblem. Yeah. But it's really good. I mean, Fire Emblem is good too, but so is XCOM. But anyway, point being, the original way of playing XCOM was like you manage like 30 people at a time, and you have to manage different like concepts like time units and equipment, and then the streamlining of XCOM Enemy Within and Enemy Unknown XCOM 2 was basically like, dude, you're just worried about 6 dudes at a time, you're doing base management on the side, but it's 2 layers, and when it comes down to the combat, it's very randomized, it's very procedurally generated, and ultimately it's a load of fun, but it's very, very different from what the original one was. If we take that approach to Metroid, which is basically a exploration platformer, what direction would you take that is sufficiently different? I mean, would you go full-on Super Mario Odyssey style, like Metroid Odyssey, and you just travel to different planets, not just the one? Well, which you did, I guess, in Metroid Prime 3 with your ship.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's not a new idea for Metroid, unfortunately.
Right, but the idea being that, you know, like Mario, Cappy and Odyssey is like you take control of dudes, and you have a bunch of different concepts, right? A bunch of different ways to move around the world. Why not do that with Metroid, which is like more of an open-ended experience? Is Metroid's... Maybe that's the next step for Metroid, making it more open-ended rather than a very linear, exploring, backtracking kind of game, you know what I mean?
In what world did you call Metroid linear, other than Other M?
This is not linear to you?
Well, there's one area, but this is the exception to the rule. Have you not seen...
No.
Have you not seen the fucking... As soon as I bring it up. Everything else here? These don't... Like,
okay,
how is that... Okay,
linear. How is this not linear? Area 1, Area 2, Area 3, Area 4... It's
no,
just straight on down.
No, I mean as soon as we get here, and then we explore everything here, and then sure, yeah, we come back here and then explore further on. But I wouldn't call, like... As soon as we enter this new area, then we have all this shit to explore, and then we get power-ups, and then we can opt to go back and explore some more. I wouldn't... Like, there's so many different ways that you can get these power-ups. There's so many different ways that you can explore these areas.
No. There's no. There are different ways, but ultimately they're all the same solution, is what I meant. Like, they're all the same, like, there's only the one way to explore that one area with the one power-up. And the one, you know... Jeez, that guy's taking a hit.
Yeah, well, I was also missing half my shots.
But my point being was that, like, yeah, it's linear in the sense that you look like you have the illusion of exploration, but ultimately everything is self-contained and that there's only the one way to actually get a particular item. Like, if it's a bomb block you must blow up, it's gotta be the bombs, you know? If you don't have the bombs, you're shit out of luck. The missile block, you need a super missile to get through here. If you don't have the super missile, you're not going to progress through here. Oh, you can't use the power bomb, which you could probably get out of order. No, you have to use the super missile. That's what I mean. I mean that everything has the one possible solution. And it's linear in the sense that to progress from Area 1 to Area 6... Oh, one Metroid.
Just the one.
Just the one. To progress from Area 1 to Area 6, you have to go through 2, 3, 4, and 5 in that order. You can't go the other way around. And sure, I suppose that if you want to make the argument that if you open up the game too much, then it's going to be the Skyrim problem or the Oblivion problem, where every player could go any particular order, and because they could go in any particular place, you can't make an area overly difficult if you don't want it to get frustrated. But at the same time, I assume you could, And then if a player felt that they were skilled enough to do an area with low power-ups or low energy, more power to them. Otherwise, the enemies would be too tough, or they would take too many hits, and the player may think, I can't be here yet. The enemies are too strong. I should explore some other areas first, which was what Fallout New Vegas did. Fallout New Vegas did that strategy where, yeah, the whole world is open to you. You can explore out of order, but there is a hidden level and a, hidden... Not really hidden, because you can see the bigger enemies are more dangerous, but, like, you can see my weapons are doing piddly damage, and I get touched by one of these guys, and I lose half my health, and it's like, I'm not supposed to be here yet, but I could still explore if I so wish. It's at my own risk, though. And I think that's where Metroid could go next, to make it kind of fresh, Make it so that the planet, like, instead of having these enemies, like, that burn you when you step on their goo, or that dash at you at super fast speed, with a very low reaction time, instead of gating these enemies behind where you have a bit of a cushion with the lightning armor and the gravity suit to lower the damage if you fuck up, until you learn their pattern, just make them available, and if you go exploring out of order and you meet them, you feel good about killing them early. I mean, did Zelda Breath of the Wild do the same thing?
In Zelda Breath of the Wild, you're given all the tools that you need necessary to complete the game within the first hour, and then you're not explicitly told that you have to go to Kakariko Village after that, but it's strongly suggested that you do. After you get everything that you need, you could jump straight to the end of the game. You could opt to not go to Kakariko Village, and you could go anywhere, and all the enemies are appropriately balanced to assume that that's exactly what you do, that you just go straight there. There is no enemy that is particularly stronger than any other. And I think...
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Honestly, this is a different strokes for different folks thing, but...
Wait, go back. I think that's a charge door. That's a charge door on the left.
Yeah, you're right. This is a different strokes for different folks thing, but... I'm not certain if I really liked what Breath of the Wild did. It was definitely new, and it was a different level of open-endedness that Zelda had never seen before. But
wait, that's not true. Let's look at the original Zelda was pretty much that.
Okay, but
the original NES Zelda.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild I think was supposed to be like a remake or a homage or something to that effect.
Whoa, hey.
Well, yeah,
they're sucking away my
power-up. We'll continue
this
conversation in a bit. It's Billy.
Oh, fucking Billy. He stole the power bomb. That is the power bomb, dude. He took it.
That's the only thing that it could be.
What an asshole. Why did he take it? What was the... Does he understand, like, oh, these things are actually really good, I better have them? For what reason?
Well,
Billy, what is your end game here, Billy?
Think, like, his actual name is the Diggernaut, right?
The Diggernaut? Is that... No, I think that's the nickname we came up with.
Well, whatever. I mean,
we came up with Billy and the Diggernaut.
The point is, his digging, drilling. That's his whole job. That's what he was created to do. Ostensibly, the power bomb would fucking help a lot with that.
I guess if he does a scan of his own and be like, this machine could really help me dig better. I better take it. Nice.
Anyway. Breath of the
Wild.
Yeah. This, like I said, there was a different strokes for different folks thing. I'm not entirely certain if that's what I enjoyed about Breath of the Wild. In certain games, in Legend of Zelda games, I enjoyed the sense of progression that I got with using new items from new dungeons, and then learning how to use them in other dungeons. And Breath of the Wild, just by design, could not do that. In no dungeon could you go into the door and would you be inappropriately prepared to take the dungeon because you didn't have the correct items or abilities. Every single dungeon was built to assume that you have all the abilities that you got in the first area, which you do. And it's not a bad thing, but I don't know if it's for me. What I would have preferred they do is, this is probably the boss room, so I'm going to finish my thought before I go forward, but what I prefer they would have done is that they would have kept giving me different abilities or different items, and they would have kept giving me excuses to use the old items in the new dungeons. That's what I think they would do. Like, a common complaint that a lot of the older Zelda games have is that they focus primarily on either the slingshot / the bow, or the bomb. And once you have one of those two items, or both, then all of a sudden the entire game just revolves around them completely. And sometimes you get to a new dungeon, and then you can get the dungeon item and then explore what's up with that dungeon. But if it's too unique, like for example in Twilight Princess they had an item called the Ball and Chain, and that was used pretty much exclusively in its one dungeon. But if they did something like that, and they gave us the Ball and Chain, and they just kept thinking up uses for the Ball and Chain, then I think that's something that I would appreciate better. Whereas Breath of the Wild, they just did the opposite of that. They just gave me 4 tools, 5 tools, and said, here's the entire world.
Oh, there's a Zeta. He's not a red one, though. I wonder why they're not all red now that we fought... Like, you fought a red one. Why is this back to blue? Or back to standard?
I would imagine... I don't know, maybe they're trying to tell a story with... Maybe they're trying to tell a story with how adaptable some Zeta Metroids are, or something.
I guess it's like that one adapted to a hot zone, so it's gonna be in a hot area. He's gonna drop with the face the other way. I like how you're giving you a sporting chance by not whipping out the super missiles immediately. You're like, come on, make this sporting for me.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, that's you have to wait. Now he's gonna take his time. Whoa, hey, hello.
Man, these fuckers are agile.
Well, you know, better agility than the just clunkiness of the clunkiness of the gammas, right?
I mean, I enjoy fighting these things quite a bit more than the gammas.
It's almost like fighting a velociraptor. You're like, bring it. I can beat your ass. And that was the one.
Yeah, like I said in the previous... Or, like I said when we first fought them, they remind me a lot of the aliens from Alien. Or at least in the way that it was introduced.
Hold on. Open the door on the right. Let's see what we got here. Maybe it's a teleporter? Or maybe a way back that you don't need to backtrack all the way.
I kind of doubt it, but I'm not going to turn down the excuse to explore.
Oh. What a dick move. I have to go to from the other way.
Yeah, it just means I have to go this side.
Oh, Jesus. Those things blow up fast. And that block is very discolorated.
Discolorated?
Discolored? Oh, yeah, it's a block that you blow up below you. Right there. Missile block. An energy tank. That's neat.
Yeah, it's been a while since we got one of these. I'll take it.
I'll buy it at a high price. I have to use the phase to get through here. Is that a charge door or a one-way?
No, it's a charge door, but there's a
Metroid
shell right here. Yeah.
Maybe you have to go blow up the door. Let's see what happens.
Surplus Metroids.
No, maybe not really. Maybe just need the one. Oh, okay, that's why.
Nah.
All right, that answers that.
Mystery solved. Well, that's another missed opportunity. That got me really intrigued all of a sudden.
It's not. What do you mean it's a missed opportunity? It's a good opportunity. It's like saying, "Hey,
no.
Look, there's an area for you to explore. Drag a pin here so we don't forget it." Like
by missed opportunity, I meant they could have given me another Metroid, and then I would have had like 2 out of a possible 1 Metroids, right? It would have been interesting.
They're timing this really well. They're timing this like to be like, no, you must. That's what I mean about linear. You must use the Metroid you just got to open up the path to the next one.
I think we're agreeing, but we're saying different things.
Maybe. Alright, go through that one way. Get that Aeon. Juice me up.
Yes, Master. At once, Master.
Good juice. Very good. Oh, a block for you to pull.
Yeah, I'm the opposite end, though.
Oh yeah, you probably have to, Oh, try scanning here? Oh, there, never mind. You got it. The very inviting little corridor.
I mean, it's very festive looking.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah, fuck this.
I have the Aeon. Who needs patience?
And Aeon is not exactly in short supply.
Nope. There again, once again, we're using Aeon for puzzles, not for combat. Maybe
really is,
you know.
It really is kind of a sad story with the Aeon. They either should have made the resources to use it really scarce, and therefore meeting out how I use the Aeon would be a huge part of the strategy to this game. Either that, or make all my traditional Metroid weapons really shitty, and make Aeon really, really powerful, and give me tons and tons of Aeon to constantly use the Aeon. But in exchange, make the Aeon abilities show up later in the game, like even later than I have them now.
I have a counter argument to that. Just make the Aeon, rather than you receive them back from enemies, it regenerates over time slowly.
No, that's not a good option. Any game where you give the player a limited resource, and the only way to regenerate it is to do nothing for a short amount of time, encourages just standing there and standing here and doing absolutely nothing until it's refilled. And any game that forces or encourages the player to do that is generally just a bad game. One of the things that I really liked about Amnesia, the Dark Descent, and Amnesia Machine for Pigs, is that in A Machine for Pigs, they made the change where they just straight up took out the sanity meter. You could not go insane from anything in an Amnesia Machine for Pigs. Whereas, I really enjoyed that decision because in Amnesia the Dark Descent, you had the sanity meter, and the only way to get it back was to stand... It rose the level, Jesus. By quite a lot.
It just swapped the area. It swapped the zone. That's neat.
Yeah, this is a neat idea. It definitely changed things up. It wasn't at all what I was expecting. And now the music is all tingly. I like it. I like this decision that they made. This is good. My earlier complaint about them like not changing it up by giving me 2 out of a possible 1 Metroids. I like this decision as well. I feel fulfilled. Satisfied is a good word.
This alternative.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was trying to say, in Amnesia: A Dark Descent, they included the sanity meter, and the only way to bring back your sanity when you lose it is to stand in a corner and look at a light for minutes at a time until you got it all back, and that took me out of the immersion rather significantly. It slowed down my gameplay. It just made it boring. I mean, I think.
Hold on though, but. I understand your complaint about doing nothing and waiting, but that's exactly what another one.
Yep.
Maybe you're supposed to be switching it up every once in a while now. Like, you know, you have to. This whole zone is swapped up and down, left and right, kind of a mirror world.
Possibly.
But my return to that would be, what about an ability cooldown? Like every other game, like, you know, WoW and Overwatch and all that, they all have their primary fire and whatever, but they also have special abilities that can only be used once every X amount of seconds.
The difference between WoW and Overwatch and Metroid is that neither WoW nor Overwatch are single-player games. And if you were to
I suppose you could play them against AI.
I mean, I suppose. If you were to play...
But anyway, yeah.
If you were to play Overwatch and you were to use all of your abilities and put them on a cooldown, and your solution was to run and hide in a corner and until you got them all back, your team is essentially down on men.
But it's not running and hiding in a corner. It's not running and hiding in a corner. You're just playing, but you're waiting for it to come back. Like, there's nothing to say that the Aeon abilities couldn't have a cooldown where you use your lightning armor now. Okay, now you can still run and gun and play around as normal, but your Aeon is slowly going up.
But think about why you would still be playing in Overwatch's case. It's because you're playing a team game and your team still needs you, right? Whereas in Samus or in Metroid, that's not the case. There's no disincentive to sitting still and doing nothing. Whereas in Overwatch, you will absolutely get shit from your team if you do that. And I can't really say for WoW.
I imagine it's the same. Well, I mean, I imagine unless you're like playing a raid or something, they'd be like, "Why aren't you contributing to the role that you're assigned to?" You know. Otherwise, it'd be like, "Oh, he's AFK. Ah, it's fine. We can deal with these enemies one guy down." You know.
There's something here. If you look at the mini map. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try something here.
You did it.
Okay.
Hey, you're smart. I think you have to missile block that. There, you got it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh no. Oh, I've been bamboozled.
What was the point
I've
of
been
that?
bamboozled.
Wait, scan.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say scan to find out if there's something up there at all. I imagine there would be, but imagine there's nothing. There's something below you. So you got bamboozled.
I've been bamboozled.
That's it. Yet another strange choice.
That is weird.
Okay. What is this game thinking?
Why with the bamboozling? Oh man.
Oh, you found the Metroid again. It's another
It's an
Zeta.
Omega.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
a huge
he's pretty
one.
big.
Oh, and he's covering up his weak spot. Damn, that's a brand new Metroid. That was not in AM2R, was it?
Omegas? This is an Omega. No,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, it wasn't
No,
though.
he was in AM2R. He was the one that killed Anthony. Remember?
No, that's the other M, dude.
Okay. The Omegas.
Oh, you meant Anthony. You mean the 4 dudes who were like in the trying to kill him, and they were like this one big giant Tyrannosaurus Rex looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Was like, all 4 of you can't deal with me. Okay.
Yeah, that hurt a lot.
Maybe now is the time to use those Aeon abilities. Maybe now is the time.
I'll give it a shot. Die, bitch. I'm.
Well, that saved you. Oh, he's slowly going to go around. Yeah, there he goes.
I'm looking for counter opportunities. He's not really giving them to me.
Oh, there you go. You popped the chest plate open.
That was probably it. Yep.
There
Yeah,
it is. Bite. And I want to see.
Ow,
I want to see what the
fuck.
counter move for that is. Oh, double swipe. Well, the armor took most of that.
Yeah, but now I'm completely out of Aeon.
That's fine. You don't need Aeon. You're Samus Aran.
Oh, right, that was the punch. No.
Those are the swings. He's gonna try to do a swallow or a bite. He's making it rain rocks, Mega Man style. Sadly, those rocks don't give you. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they don't give you any power-ups, but I lied. Oh, he's regenerating his chest plate. Damn it.
It's because I wasn't doing enough damage to them.
Maybe you're supposed to blow up his chest plate before he does the bite attack.
Oops. Alright.
Oh, now he's doing a leap. He's cornered you. Get out of there. Up and over. Oh, he's gonna do all the way around. Go around. Yeah. Tail swipe. Those rocks are sturdy as hell. Damn. Nice of him to give you back an attack. To give an attack that actually lets you recover, though.
Ah, fuck.
He's gonna. It's leaping. Oh, jeez. Yeah, a leap hurts, yo.
I think this one's a lost cause. He's not red.
It's not a lost cause. You're just not getting his patterns down yet, and you keep jumping into him.
I don't mean to.
He's gonna bite you. He's gonna bite you. Yeah. Yes. Samus's dive. I love it.
Ugh. That hurt
You got
a lot.
one more hit. You got one more hit. I believe in you.
I don't.
Never say never, Samus.
Oh, he's doing both.
He's making it rain and drop the lava. Drop the
Man,
bomb.
he's got a powerful set of lungs.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh shit.
Yeah,
I guess you have to go morph ball into him.
possibly. That's fun.
That was a neat boss.
I got my shit pushed in, but that was fun. Alright, let's try that again, and then make our way to a save spot, because we are 63 minutes in.
You're back for more? I'm happy to oblige.
He's got cool music. It's very brutal, I guess I want to say. Maybe not the right word, but it's different for sure.
It's maybe just very threatening or intimidating.
Intimidating might be a good word.
Leap attack. Swing attack, twice.
Ow.
Tail swipe. Yeah. Swing.
Damn it. No, do the flip.
Yeah, he's going physical now.
Yeah, he's quite physical about it.
2 swipes. Now he's gonna drop the tail. No.
Most of my evasion here is myself. I want to say it's myself. Fucking up myself. Because she's not doing the flip.
Who's she?
Samus.
What flipper you mean? Like that one?
Yeah, the somersault is the only way to get the space jump.
Okay, you blew up his chest plate. He's gonna bite you.
Nope.
In a moment. Well, he's gonna bite you now because his chest plate is open. He's gonna do it. There it is.
Ah,
Oh.
he faked me out. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, one more.
Swipe takes off 1.5 bars. That's a lot. You should just keep your super... Like, the moment that he starts charging up his bite, just get your super missiles on lockdown.
That's what I had.
That way you can just... Okay.
The problem wasn't my missile choice. It was the fact that he faked me out and I didn't
counted
get it.
wrong.
Yeah. And also I didn't use my lightning armor at all. That didn't exactly help. Maybe that's what I'll open with this time.
Maybe when he's gonna bite you, why don't you phase shift the moment he tries to bite you? Have both activated, yeah. Maybe use the phase shift the moment he's gonna bite you so you can actually time your counter better.
Nah. First of all, that's the coward's way out.
And lightning armor isn't?
Lightning armor isn't the coward's way out, it just helps.
I like your excuses. Swing, swing.
I wonder if I could kill this guy just by shooting him in the face, because he has different flashes when I hit him in the head or in the chest.
I wonder if sometimes though when you remember that big flower that you need a beam burst to break down. Okay, his chest plate is open. He's gonna bite you soon. Like the flower flashed yellow whenever you shot it without the beam burst, but it flashed a faster yellow. He's gonna bite. There. Missile me. Yes.
That seemed pretty unnecessary.
I wonder what. Yeah, that was an action hero flip, Samus. You're better than that. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's a big John Woo fan.
All right.
She's like, yes. Oh, he's gonna do both now. So you can shoot and out of the space jump, right?
I could, but it would cost me the space jump.
Maybe she's in the back of her mind going, whee! She does the jump. Oh, get out of there. He's gonna swing and jump at you. Yeah, his hitbox for that head is like way past his body. Okay, good thing you can still shoot him while he's firing up his beam. Or charging up his beam, I should say. Oh, yeah, shoot it, shoot it. Oh, there you go. You know, okay, in Brazil, or rather in soccer in Portuguese, when a soccer goalie lets a goal go through between his legs, they call it a chicken.
Oh, because he was afraid to get hit by the ball?
Well, no. I don't know what the slang what the idiom origin is, but they say, oh, he basically acted like a poultry by letting the ball go through his legs. You know?
All right, so
okay, well, you've got him this time. It only took him a couple tries, but
I'm figuring out his moves for sure.
He's like blood red.
Yeah.
I like...
Ah.
He's like, do I dare go between my own legs? Nah. Now he's gonna tail swipe and
I was
fire breathe.
hoping that he would stop and that I would be able to dodge in front of him.
Go over him, go over him, go over him, go over him. Dodge and shoot.
I was hoping that
Swipe,
he would,
swipe.
there we go. I was hoping that he would stop when he was shooting the ground like that so I could go in front of him because he had more room on his front side.
He died standing like
There
a
you go.
boss.
Man,
He could have died. He could have died flopping his face first, like just face drop. But nope. He fucking took it like a man.
alright, so where's the nearest save spot?
To your left.
That's not a...
Oh, that's an Aeon charger. Maybe you have to go get the teleporter up and then drop it down again, and then go to the save
it looks
spot.
like I have to go all the way back to the station, and then to either the teleporter or to the save area down here. Either way, it looks like we're still in this for a little bit. I might split this into 3. We are at 69 minutes. So,
Jigga
yeah,
jigga bow wow.
very funny joke. Watch, these are the things that I die to now. Like I'm still in just shoot everything mode. Forget the counter. Forget using counter. Just shoot. Anyway, Omegas. They're really, really fun to fight. I would like to fight some more.
Do you think they're gonna get fight? Maybe you'll fight the one more Zeta, one more of each. Now that we're at 4 left, like 1 Alpha, 1 Gamma. Maybe you fight 2 at once. Wouldn't that be a neat touch?
Oops.
Can you imagine fighting 2 Zetas at the same time? Like while one's on the ceiling shooting down at you, the other one is just standing and shooting at you.
I
with
can't
his
imagine
fireballs.
that this game would throw 2 Zetas at me. I could imagine they throw 2 Alphas at me, which is significantly more boring.
Right. Well, if only because they don't have a very wide range of patterns or movement. They just kind of threaten one small area of the map at once. Whereas Zetas are very, very map dominant. They can tag you at any point or any place.
What is up here? Oh, nothing.
You fought the big one. You hunted the last of its kind.
I was wondering what they were going to do with Omegas, and I am satisfied. Like, this game is all about me being satisfied. I, as a player, as a Metroid veteran,
I'm satisfied.
do consider myself validated in my purchase.
Okay, now all the areas open. No more switching around. But that means no more Metroids here. That means you have to go to the next area. So this is a very short area, all things considered.
Not necessarily. I mean, they could just throw more shit. Like, you could
Right,
base,
yeah, that was purple. You're right, I'm wrong.
You could base how much of the map is left by how far the boundaries go. And there's still a little bit more. They could throw up another gate at me.
So each one of those things is exactly 1 health bar. Got it. Your save point is up there, by the way. Oh, you're going below? Like you're going to the one in the back?
Fuck.
You
Yeah, I
can
may
go
as well
just
go
right,
back
go
here.
right.
Yeah.
Take the long way, the scenic route. As if Samus didn't have enough of a traveler's log to do.
She is a pretty busy lady. Damn it.
Kind to animals. She's a member of your local SPCA.
You know, you may say that jokingly, but in
She
Super
would be.
Metroid, yeah, in Super Metroid, she did save non-hostile animals. That is canon. She did go back and save them.
Yep.
You can tell it's
All
canon
right.
because they showed up in Metroid 4. Okay, so that was fun.
That was a good way to end it, even if it did take a couple tries.
It did take a couple tries, but we beat the hell out of that Omega, and I am already looking forward to fighting some more. There are only
Sweet.
4 Metroids left. It couldn't be like a familial run. It couldn't be the Alpha, the Gamma, the Zeta, and the Omega, because that would be all 4, and they wouldn't leave any for the Queen or for the baby Metroid. But they also might do what the original Metroid 2 did as well, where you get to the last area and then it says, surprise, there are 12 more Metroids.
Which are all babies.
Yeah, I think so. So who knows? We'll find out next time.
Yeah.